Welcome to another edition of Demazi Theater. Man, I can't believe my car broke down and I have to walk to work. I'm lucky I live in the city. At least I can check out my scores. Come on, team, I really want to make the playoffs this year. It'd be amazing considering all the injuries. Wait a minute. Allen Robinson has 46 points? And Brandon Marshall has 31? Oh, man, I'm fucked. Let's see if I have a shot. Where am I? Am I dead? Wait, there's a bar. It's called Purgatory. I'm going to go in and see what it's like. I could use a drink. Hey, there's Brian. He's wearing a Ryan Tannehill jersey. Brian, what are you doing here?
You don't come to this side much, do you, buddy? This is fantasy football purgatory, Det. This is where everybody comes to wait for their next shot at making the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I see our table over there. Justin Mahorik's rocking a CJ Anderson jersey. Jimmy Huber is wearing Andrew Luck. Josh has a Travis Benjamin one. Jimmy Crick, he's wearing a Matt Ryan jersey. Oh man, that sucks.
You haven't looked at yourself in the mirror yet, have you?
Wait, what? No, can't be. Not Amir Abdullah, my worst pick of the draft, who Craig's now using in the playoffs.
Don't say the name of he who shall not be named. That bastard made the playoffs because he's a luck sack or a wizard. He's the worst. Everybody hates him when he's here. Last year, all he did was talk about how he was the 3-time championships. He's such a dick.
Hey, that guy's wearing a Mark Bavaro jersey. That girl over there, she's doing the Icky Shuffle. Dear God, that guy's wearing a Joe Horn jersey?
Man, you were not prepared for this. This is quite a shock, or as we say down here, a shocky. I'm used to it. I once spent 6 straight seasons down here. Let me get you a drink. Maybe that'll calm you down a little bit.
Ah, thanks, man. Listen, I appreciate it. Wait, Brian, is this a joke? It's a sea breeze, the worst drink ever invented.
No, Det, it's not a joke. Welcome to fantasy hell.
No! And scene.
Welcome to the playoffs, gentlemen. I'm Detonator's Tonto Bowl 6 champ with no shot at Tonto Bowl 13.
And I'm Detling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ with no shot at the Tonto Bowl, was it 13?
Yeah.
13 championship as well. And sad days here.
Let me officially welcome you to hell. Welcome, sir.
God, this place is terrible.
It is. It's terrible. Nobody likes it. It's been 2 years since I was here, and it's still got that same smell.
It's got pleather. It's terrible pleather smell.
Pleather, and it also smells like a wet dog. That'd be Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah. It's got some stank from who else is down here? Oh, there's Jim Crick.
Jimmy Crick, definitely stanking.
Yeah.
Got a little Justin Mahorik smells. It smells like he's never showered after working in the kitchen for like 3 weeks straight. It's like bad pasta.
Oh yeah. And then you got the smell of Josh. He just got done twerking.
Probably his baby blew shit on him or something. He never wiped it off right. So that's another terrible smell I'm getting.
Awful combination. So you're going to be down here for, let's say, the next 8 months until the next draft.
True. I only know that because Justin has been saying that. 8 months till the next draft.
I saw that.
Yeah, up on the board, and he knows. He just, he writes it off as a loss. He's ready for next year. He's going to wait 8 months. Guys, if we were to do predictions early, I think he's going to be ready with his his program on his iPad to hit those buttons to say this person's gone, this person's gone. He's readily. I think he's just ticked off about the whole season.
He was ticked off before it started.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jordy Nelson went down.
Yeah.
That was his guy.
That was his demise.
It was,
Yeah.
and C.J. Anderson was a bust.
Yeah.
Who was his keeper, another keeper. So I mean, it was just bad for the guy.
Brutal.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, but we're both in the same boat right now. So
We're all in hell together.
yeah, no win.
And Jet, I still owe you 2 drinks.
And yo, Bean, 2 drinks.
Don't remind me. But I will say this. Bean, classy move when we were at Rizzo's. I had my card at the bar with Foy, and he came over to try to give me the bill. We were in the middle of podcasting. I tried to motion to Foy that, put it on my card. He didn't really connect it. So Bean, being the gentleman that he is, picked up the tab for me and didn't even tell me until we were walking out. So now I owe Bean at least 2 drinks. Before you know, I'm going to owe everybody in this freaking league 2 drinks.
Well, I mean, we still have to look at to John Brown or Josh Brown and Michael Floyd.
Yeah.
You might owe me a drink. And I mean, I guess next year Bean will have 2 beers and a Dolce Spud.
I know. He would have had that Dolce Spud at Thanksgiving if those cooks would have got off their asses.
Lazy cooks.
Yeah.
Lazy cooks. They're too busy drinking the free beer.
Yeah, that's true. So
And looking at Sally's boobs.
I know, especially Craig.
Craig, yeah,
Really awkward.
Really awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, she had a bedroom right next to you your whole life, man. I mean, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? Jimmy Crick didn't even look at him as much as you were. Justin was just a weird guy, man. He kept bouncing back and forth between looking at Sally and then going to some of the waitresses and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That guy when he's at work, he's a whole nother level of a guy.
Weird energy.
It was a weird energy.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Craig was in the corner, kind of a. Well, actually, this kind of brings up a memory I actually want to talk to you about before the podcast, but we didn't. So we're going to talk about it now.
Okay.
How funny is it? So I mean, I laugh because sometimes I pick on Craig about hitting on the young girls at Rizzo's 18 years old.
Right.
Because being a Wimber, it's hard to meet girls. I would imagine
It's a limited pool.
it is very
It
well.
doesn't
said,
get
Michael.
restocked.
It does not get restocked. How sad is that? I mean, if you were at the Ogletown Sportsman Club when they restock the fish, there's probably 70, I would say 750 guys there casting their poles. There's probably only 35 fish now. Because all the other ones are either caught, damaged, or in another pond somewhere. But
Washed up on the shore.
You almost got me off track, man. That's actually pretty funny. So there's Craig in the corner of the table, just purely random. He did not plan on it.
No.
He's got that corner, staring away. Sometimes at Sally, weird enough. But it brought back a little memory for me. And let's see if you remember this. I don't remember which party it was, or even if it was a graduation party. But it was at Diark's place, and I can't remember if Diark had a hot tub part of his pool or what. But he was in the corner. I swear it was a hot tub, or because he was in a wife beater.
Okay.
He was in the pool
Okay.
with a wife beater on, I think, and he had his arms out on the corners of the pool or the hot tub, and we had him taped. He didn't know he was being taped. He was from behind, so we were taping this party, and there's all these Steph Diark's friends and stuff like that, and all these other younger girls. And do you remember taping and we were commentating on him?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Do you remember this? How
Yes.
we were making him the creepy uncle.
I can't remember exactly what was said, but I do remember
Yeah,
this.
God, I wish I knew where that tape was. I don't know if I have it or it's in the Bohoric household somewhere. But dude, we were brutal to him.
Yeah, that would be gold.
It would be great. It would definitely be gold, solid gold to see what we said about Craig back
It's
then.
probably pretty lame, but it's probably funnier just thinking about what we said than what we actually said. But I would still like to hear it.
I know. As far as I was oh, look at you, little girl, or something like that. It was just real, the dirty uncle or something like that. It was great, and he was in there with a wife beater on. I mean, he didn't even have his shirt off.
This is before he had a big beard, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, this is you got to think it was when Dirk was still living there.
I do remember. It might have been the same party where he got pretty wasted, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think I got wasted because I know.
I think it was a New Year's party.
I was New Year's. No, well, he wouldn't be in the pool.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been.
That would be graduation.
Okay.
It's the same one. I think it's the same party where Foy and I stuck our legs in ice cold thing with the keg. The keg was the tub,
right.
and we challenged each other to see who could keep their leg longer because we were Ogletown kids, and we wouldn't do it. And then when we finally, we took our legs were so red. We ran to the pool. Well, we didn't run, but our legs were it felt like they were dead. We dragged our feet there, and we both refused. And we sat there and laughed about it. And I thought to myself, later on in my life, We were so stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because like literally that could have cost us our leg. And
you would have had a peg leg.
Yeah, we both would have been peg legs.
And it would be a horrible story.
It would be a horrible story.
It wasn't like a war or like a battle. It'd be like, no, it was a stupid challenge at a graduation party.
I would make it a war story.
You'd have to.
I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah, and then anytime anybody who was there would bring up the real story.
Right. I'd be like, I stepped on a landmine. Where at? Wimber, PA.
It was a coal mine.
It was a coal mine.
No, the thing I remember about that party was later in the evening, everyone was really pretty drunk, and we were up in D-Ark's bedroom, and like he was playing guitar, and then Craig wanted to play guitar. I'm like, wait, Craig plays guitar? This is crazy. And Craig pretended to play guitar, and he was singing.
I remember this.
He was singing. I was like, this is insane. I was like, you don't see Craig talk much, but let alone sing. Yeah.
Was he playing the guitar right though? I thought he was just plucking it.
Yeah, he was just plucking. He
Okay.
was plucking. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was really entertaining. I enjoyed it. I wish I had tape of that. I don't know if he was making it up or if it was Pearl Jam or what, but it was really entertaining.
Would you say it was as good as Aziz Ansari's father playing the guitar when he not going to Mr. Chow's?
Ooh, that was pretty good, but it would probably be better.
Probably better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Craig, get that guitar back, man. We want to hear you sing.
Get that guitar back plus like a bottle of Jack or something.
Maybe back then it was Firewater.
Probably Firewater, yeah. But you couldn't just do it sober. It'd have to be, he'd have to be in the bag.
Dude, such good times back
Not
then.
half in the bag, completely in the bag.
I honestly love it when Craig is completely in the bag. The stuff that happens is amazing to me. He once tried to squish Beth Barnes' head, telling her about like the galaxy and the rotation of the Earth at the same time. He was forcing pressure from both sides of her head. She was looking at me like, "What the hell is going on?
What's going on? Yeah, why is he doing this? He's scaring me.
And I was like, "He just had 10 shots of whiskey, so bear with me.
Maybe we need to do that the night before the draft.
Get him 10 shots of whiskey, dude. Put it on my Rizzo's tab,
I would love to. Yeah, you're gonna pay that anyway.
dude. You know it's $848, right?
I don't think that was real.
Well, I don't even know what the tab is. I just probably know for the rest of my life I'm going to be Norm from Cheers.
Yeah. I know you have a tab there, but not a tab. You have a bill to pay.
I said I would pay it.
Well,
I said, Foy, give me the receipt. I will pay the tab.
all right. Well, next time we're at Rizzo's, we'll make sure you pay it.
Well, I don't know if Foy's going to keep jerking me around or not, but I think it's like some weird power thing that Foy has over me now that he likes.
Just like Justin doesn't. He does not want me to get those beers for him. It's a power thing.
That is, I think they're power crazy. They're power hungry, and all Craig wants to do is play guitar and sing.
I know. Well, welcome to hell. We'll talk about this stuff for the next 8 months.
The next 8 months, jeez. Unfinished business.
All right, first thing up, and it's probably no surprise to anyone, it's probably gotten the most buzz on the Smack Talk board, is this idea of points versus matchups. Last week, I was on the other side of the fence. Technically, I was probably right on the fence, and I was still thinking about it, because I do think points have value, and I still do. But now I've come over to the side of Detling and Gags, because I think matchups should trump points before. And then if you tie, like, for example, if Craig and I were both playing twice, a year and we split, our two matchups, then I think it goes to points. I don't think you need to go into any further matchups if we both have a 7-6 record or whatever. And, maybe he has more points than me, but we split, then yeah, sure, he gets in over me. I wouldn't feel too bad about that. But I think if we're going to make this closer to a legitimate league, I know it's a fantasy league, but if we're going to make it more about the matchups or more about like rivalries, this would really fuel that. So I see their side of the argument, and I wish they were here to voice it, but they're not. So what do you want to say, Det?
Well, first of all, I guess I would say that you are welcome to the dark side, brother.
Yep.
A little Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars, since it's opening up in like 9 days, I think. Mm-hmm. Got my ticket. I know I'm going to be there.
Good for you. I'm sure Jimmy will.
Oh, Jimmy's probably going to be there 5 hours early for middle seat, middle row.
Yeah, he's got middle locked down.
I got VIP seats though, so I just got a number, so I don't know where I'm sitting. I just know I'm going to
think you're better than him?
Well, in some ways I do, but I mean, he's married, freshly married. We're not going to bring that up.
Nope.
Good job, Jimmy. Looks like you had fun. I also like that when the wedding was over, how you popped in on like the message board and said, "Seriously, guys, I mailed it in like after the first week." or something like that, and I'm focused on my wedding, which we all knew.
Yeah.
We give you a pass.
Why would you focus on the league at all if you're out of it?
Yeah,
You know?
that's pretty true. I mean, once what was he like? Once you're like 1-5.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Be like, all right, I'm focusing on trying to make the playoffs by some miracle,
Or making this an awesome wedding.
yeah, or making this awesome wedding and marrying the woman that I want to love for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's no brainer. You gotta go with the playoffs. No.
So,
anyways. Well, yeah. As far as the points and the standings and stuff like that go, it is arguable either way. I can see both sides, but I don't think there's like a definitive right or wrong. I really feel like when there's so many points, like 2,000 some points, like I just don't want to be sitting there going, well, if I have 2,092 and he has 2,125, he gets in. I don't like it.
Somebody caught it one
Yeah,
touchdown.
because like all of a sudden, like I'll use Allen Robinson as an example. Not like saying this happened right now. Jimmy's in 7th place. I'm in 8th. We're not making the playoffs either way. But what I'm saying is like he had like the game of his career. He had like 10 catches, 153 yards, and 3 touchdowns, like 46 points.
Yeah.
It's unheard of for Allen. I mean, he's a great receiver. He's up and coming, but that's the game of his career.
Sure.
And I don't think like if you were to do like stats, one blip where it just skyrockets should mean everything in the overall scheme. I feel like I do like head-to-head matchups where it's like who knows what your team's going to do. Like we all make fun of like when it's who is it? Me versus I think it was Jimmy or something where it was like 103 to 100.
Right.
But sure, you only won by 3 points. You lost to everybody else. Okay, well, but I still won, so that's a win.
Yeah.
And for me, I just feel like those head-to-head wins mean a lot more to me personally, as well as within the league, than points do to me. Like it's great when I get like a 200-point week. That's awesome. I love it. It's cool, but I don't want to sit there. I just don't like the overall points thing to me. I understand what they got to say as far as putting you in the standings or playoff seeding and da-da-da-da, but I really hate it when people use points as their excuses.
Let me ask you a question. If we were to go with a system where you first go with head-to-head matchups and that determines who's in the playoffs, then would you be okay with seeding with points?
Yes, I would.
Me too. Because you seed with records first and then points. But to determine who gets into the playoffs, it would be more based on head-to-head matchups if there were any ties.
Yes, I agree with that. And also, like, I understand that teams play twice a week. Or not twice a week, sorry. Twice a year.
Last year. Or last week.
Did I really? Twice a week? Twice a year. And if that were the case, then if they if they both won one, then the points would be used to add for the seeding. I would like to use that as well.
Right.
But, this is all hearsay. Like, we can't do anything about it. I'm not saying the system's broke.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying it could be used a different way if we wanted to. But I'm just speaking up because this league always changes. To me, it's hard to get like a constant thing going because at the draft, 3 or 4 people come up with something. You hear about draft picks. Kevin Bean has like a list of stuff every year.
Laundry list.
Yeah, Gags has something. Even I believe Josh has said something.
This is just one more thing.
Yeah, it's just one more thing to add to the possibility.
But, it would be great if, let's just say you beat Bean in the regular season, which I didn't this year. But if I had, like, you have that in your back pocket, if you ever need it for whatever comes to seeding or, to make it into the playoffs. I think that'd be great. You can hold that over them. It just makes the rivalry even stronger.
Yeah, I mean, you could also be like, hey, remember when I kicked your ass and I made the playoffs because I kicked your ass?
Yeah. That'd be so sweet. And you had 300 more points than me?
Right,
But I beat you?
Right, it's the head-to-head matchups. I don't know. I feel like it's like college football, like what we do with the point system. I feel like we pretty much with the points. It's like a built-in committee that tells you who's going to play or not, strength of schedule, da 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 da.
However, I will say that I looked at who made the playoffs and who didn't, and I think that we kind of got it right. Not we got it right, but I think that it's the teams who are in there pretty much deserve to be in there. Like Craig said, he really did a nice job of analyzing my team. And he's right. I didn't have a quarterback to start the year, and I've paid for it. I didn't start winning until week 6. Had I started 2 weeks earlier, I might be in. So I think that the teams who are represented deserve to be in there. So I don't feel like the system is broken by any means. I just think it could be tweaked a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry, Craig. I didn't watch your video. I had a couple of days where I was doing stuff. I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind. I'm still a little sick too. Sorry about the coughing. Yeah, I mean, I will not argue either way as well as far as when I just brought up the standings, I looked at them. The people that are in deserve to be in. There's no, this is like one season where I won't like have a backlash. Like, I don't know, did Craig analyze his own team as well?
No.
No? Okay.
Only the teams that were knocked out.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like, because as you look at the top 6, clearly with the records, I mean, Chips my boy and Springfield Isotopes are both 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
We could say like, Jay rode the Devontae Freeman to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
As his main player. Craig, he definitely bounced back he rode an up and down roller coaster with Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep.
Which cost me as well. And Vanilla just has a pretty strong team. Dubsy, quality. Pasta Magic, he was doing really well. He's breaking down a little bit now. And the Rook, even with his team, they made the playoffs. But I know we're not going to do matchups yet, but I'm saying that I really think 1 through 6, anybody can win throughout all of them. I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite. I used to think Gags was going to
We used to, but his team is not performing.
Yeah, like I definitely think Gags is definitely looking at every game and just kind of like what's going on. Like, oh, Des Bryant only caught one pass, or they finally figured out how to stop Gurley.
Right.
It's just like, so he's worried because, he's a little humble. He's been humbled by Josh, I believe.
Yeah, and so just speaking of Gags for a minute, congrats on the regular season championship, sir.
Yeah, congrats, man.
It doesn't mean anything. Nobody really remembers, so
True.
win a second championship.
Yeah, and it's funny because like if you look at like points and stuff, like last week I could have beat in the top 6. I beat everybody except for Vanilla. So if I was to go with points, I'd be like, I'm better than you guys.
Yeah, you would have lost to me.
But you're not in the top 6.
I know. I just had to bring it up.
But like, look at the Rook. I call you. Says he's got a Tecmo Super Bowl team, but he only scored 141, and he only beat Chips my boy by 5 point whatever. And Craig got 170. I would have beat him by 1 point.
It's all about when you get hot.
Exactly. It's just like almost like the NFL.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, the Steelers started to get hot. Go Pittsburgh.
Yep. But yeah, the only team that I would have been disappointed to see make the playoffs and I would have felt like they didn't really deserve it is Josh. And I'm not just picking on Josh. I just don't. And he probably would agree with me. He didn't have a playoff caliber team, and he had a chance at getting in, last week. I'm going to say I didn't even really deserve to make playoffs this year. And, obviously I was knocked out a couple weeks ago. But I think even if your team had made it, it would have been worthy, barely. But just because, you had a lot of banged up players, but you still made it, you still kind of hobbled it together and, kind of created a team out of it. So
if I would have made it, my team would have been like taped up. It would have been like I would have had a fake arm. It would have been like something you see like a video game. And even then, I would have guaranteed I would not have won. Mainly because if you saw, I said it on the blackboard, the post, the board, what do you call it, trash, smack board.
Smackbox, yeah.
Michael Bennett's on the IR.
I saw.
And Heath Miller's not even going to play either, so I don't have any tight ends, and I don't have any moves. So
wow.
It's better that I did not make the playoffs because it would just be like an easy walkthrough for whoever's playing me.
Wow. That sucks, yeah.
It just continues. I'm not making excuses. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, it's just an exclamation point. Right. And that's what one of the things Craig said. It's just, when we were quote-unquote picking on you at the Thanksgiving podcast, he's like, more or less we were laughing with you, not at you, because it is funny, like how ridiculous your season was with injuries. That's got to be one of the worst injury-riddled seasons ever.
Yes. This is my worst season ever as far as injuries. It's the only thing that came close to us is in a league before this league. Do you remember the name of the Green Bay Packer receiver? Started with a J, who like literally was awesome, and he was going. I think it was against St. Louis. First, I drafted him.
Jennings?
No, it wasn't Jennings. It was I think it was Javon Walker.
Okay.
But he had a great year with Favre, and like literally the first game of the season, he caught a long ball for like 45 yards, blew out his knee.
Wow.
And he was done. And it was just like I had him on my roster. It was just like after that, it was like. I think Deuce McAllister, it just like started being like dominoes, but nowhere near to the effect that this year was.
Because it was like week after week after week. And this was just like the exclamation point, This is the cherry on the top. One more guy out for the entire season.
It's just a cherry on the top of a sad Sunday.
Yeah. Sad Sunday. So anyway, not sure exactly where we were going with this whole analysis, and we started talking about points and everything. So maybe we can bring it up to vote. I feel relatively strong about it, and I think if we could have a vote on it, maybe things would change if enough people care about it.
True, it could change. I mean, it might be a little bit more work for the commissioner and the assistant to the commissioner, but it might be worth it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard. Just have to make sure we know who beat who when.
Yeah, just have a little stats backlog.
Yeah. So, I guess that's all I have to say on that topic.
All right. I don't have any other more unfinished business. What about you?
No, I don't really. We can go check the phone lines if you want.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, I don't have unfinished business, but my finished business is I would like to give respect to Jimmy Crick. You kicked my butt. You said you were going to, and your team showed up to the tune of 208.95 points. The second week in a row, I got crushed by 200 points. So hopefully you can cap your season with that win and use it next year as motivation. We can sit at the table again and have non-sweetened iced teas and salads and talk about it.
You're getting way too friendly, rational, logical. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't compute. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know.
You're mellowing out.
Maybe I'm just tired of being the villain. It's hard work, man.
It is tough to be the villain.
Maybe that beating at the Thanksgiving podcast really started hitting me hard.
Wow. We actually knocked you into into submission and turning into a shell of yourself.
It's like you guys when gangs initiate somebody, dude. Yeah. I feel like that's what you guys did.
I'm sorry.
You can't say sorry. It's an initiation. I had it coming. He had it coming. Sorry, a little Chicago.
Thanks.
Bean appreciates that.
All right. Well, let's check the phone lines. Oh wait, one more thing. Wow, I sound like Craig.
I sound like Craig.
Oh jeez. And I was telling Deli loved Craig's analysis. Really thorough. Appreciated you even brought out the draft board. You looked up and down everyone's lineup and really put thoughtful analysis into every team and to why they didn't make it. And the only team you were brutal with was Jimmy's, but he kind of deserved it. So, other than the fact that his players like Luck and Marshawn Lynch kind of got hurt or just banged up and didn't play. But I'll say this. After the last matchup, after the final analysis, the last 20 minutes are just so hard to sit through. You think it's going to be over when there's 10 minutes because he's like, all right, guys, I'll let the podcasters take care of the matchups. It's been a great week. And then you look at the clock, there's still 10 minutes. How is he going to make this last? He just keeps stretching it. It's like when you're trying to hang up with somebody on the phone and it's like, all right, one more thing.
Is it like when in 8th grade or 9th grade when you date a girl and it's like, all right, I'm going to hang up now.
Yeah.
No, you hang up. And it was like, no, you hang up. I'm going to hang up. And you pause and you don't say anything and you go, hello, are you there? Yeah, I'm still here. Damn it! You're supposed to hang up.
That's exactly what it was. But you can't hang up because Craig's still there.
I love Craig. I wish I'm going to listen to the video cast later on tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he must have tried to hang up 5 times easily.
He knows he's doing it too. But he said, I can't stop. He tries to do it. I understand. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. When I leave messages, remember how notorious I was? I'd leave messages on your phone.
You get cut off.
Yeah, and I don't even know why I'm still talking. I can't make it quick.
You get cut off, then you call back and be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of this for real. All right, Delling, hit that answering machine. See what we got.
All right.
I'm so sorry you have just reached my answering machine. I'm not in it present, I'm sure you know this whole routine. Leave your name and number, and I'll try to get back to you. You have 30 seconds to talk to me before you're through.
Hey guys, calling in for this episode of Venus Talking, and I've been concentrating so much of my efforts on trying to get my team right for the playoffs, and I feel like I'm just resurrecting players at this point, just bringing them back from the dead to form a team together, and it really made me think that I should get back into religion. So I was walking around Wynberg the other day, and just stumbled into the first church that I could find to really pray for the fantasy championships. And my pastor down there really wanted to be able to talk to all of you about what's important at this time of the year, as we approach the birth of Jesus Christ. So I'm actually going to pass the phone over to him. Reverend? Yes, and hello. And this is the Reverend Luther Montgomery, lead pastor of the Black Church of Wimber. Yes, we're a very small but growing population. And I just wanted to say that I am praying for the souls of all of the departed fantasy football teams that have left your league. And there are some very intriguing options still left that I would like to discuss. I've heard that you have someone named Gags that is playing, and some of the brothers down here, when I told them his name, they seemed very intrigued by a gentleman called Gags, saying that it's something that they was into, and I would like to speak with him. So if you could have Gags come down, maybe shake his ass for the brothers and I, we would appreciate it. But yes, prayers and thoughts go out to everyone who has been deceased. Thank you. Oh, wow, Reverend, that was a really inspiring message there. So, Gags, they're waiting to talk to you. And for the rest of you, I told you the dangers. I warned you about letting Craig into the playoffs, and now look at what you've done. He's in. He's the highest rated team right now. He builds his team specifically for the playoffs, and he's probably going to score like 7,000 points every week now. So if he wins the championship this year, all of you be ashamed of yourselves, and know that you caused this. And so there you go. Be ashamed. Be deeply, deeply ashamed that all of you let this happen. Peace out!
All right, Detling. So I don't know about you, but I think that could be the audio equivalent of doing blackface.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
That's audio blackface.
That was, I think we've been bamboozled.
I know.
We've been hoodwinked.
It's possible he's going for the Redskins pin right there.
Yes. I was thinking that. I was thinking, my gosh, that guy wants the Redskins pin. He wants to have all three things. He's already had the Browns pin. He wants to have the trophy and the Redskins pin at the same time. It was a little risque.
It was. Considering how many black people are in Wimber currently?
Well, he did say it was a small but growing population. Gosh, if I had to guess, I would literally say under 10.
Yeah, you could maybe count them on both hands.
Yeah, I can't even. Whew. I remember Allie. Allie.
Oh yeah.
She was super cool girl.
Really cool.
Really cool. Really cool.
Just try to date her.
I didn't try to date her. There was a moment that I screwed up.
You didn't seize the opportunity?
I did not seize the opportunity. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we're not getting into that.
That was a bad move by my part. I will just put it on the list.
Yeah.
But no, Wimber is a predominantly white Italian neighborhood. I didn't know what racism was until I moved there. I think I've said this before. When I was in Colorado, my best friend was from Brazil.
We're not saying Kevin Bean is racist by any means.
No. But we're talking about the town specifically. Yeah. But best friend was from Brazil. Second best friend was from Jamaica. My third best friend was white. I came to Wimber, 4th grade, and the darkest person was Craig Kubisic.
You mean in spirit or?
No, in skin tone.
Okay.
Craig was the darkest person.
Yeah.
And naturally, he was the first person I was friends with. But yeah, no, I've been privy to I don't know if privy is the word, a lot of racism experiences. There used to be a barber by where Anderson's was that I started going to. And I remember, I thought it was a totally cool bar. I was a young kid. I thought it was cool to get my hair cut by a barber. So a black guy walks by the window and the barber saw him and goes, "We don't need his kind around here." Wow. And I just remember being 13 and going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I was when I was oh my God, this place is definitely, I'm not.
It's always awkward when you don't know someone's racist and they come up with like a comment or a joke, and you're like, okay.
Yes. And with that being said, I have said the wrong word in this league a few times, mainly because of my anger towards Brandon Jacobs.
Fair enough.
But that was more towards my anger of not winning a championship. Because, Brian, you smoked me because I can't. Brandon Jacobs.
And Phillip Rivers.
But it was Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah, definitely.
The end result was purely because of Brandon Jacobs.
Without a doubt. Rivers got me there. Jacobs won it.
Yes. And Steve Smith almost won it for me.
Anyway, let's get back to the call.
My boy. Anyway, back to the point.
We're in hell. Let's get back to the call.
My point is, I mean, okay, it was a little bit of racist, but I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, he did a really good impression of a was it pastor or preacher?
Reverend.
The whole thing with gags. Wow. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean,
can Gags shake it, do you think?
I mean, if Jack Black can, why can't Gags?
That's true. Put a few drinks in him, I'm sure you could.
I would love to see Gags get out on the dance floor, man. I bet you he tears it up. With that face of his, man, I bet you he got like swings his fingers up like a cowboy.
Yeah.
I bet you can shake
He
it.
probably drops it like it's hot.
Yeah, he can't dance as good as Bean. Yeah. Bean's got moves, and it's kind of weird to say it, but I've seen him at a couple parties. That little meatball can dance. I hate him for it, but at the same time, I love him for it.
And I knew he was going to blame the entire league. I thought he was going to be more passionate about it. I thought he was going to be screaming at the top of his lungs. Maybe he was, well, I guess because he was in church, so he couldn't.
Yeah, well, he was the passion showed at the Thanksgiving thing. He almost like blew his top off.
That's true. So I think this was just like he finally accepted the fact that 4 weeks out, like he predicted this, and now I hope that he doesn't predict the rest, which he said that he's going to score 7,000 points, which would pretty much mean that he's going to win the championship. So I hope
best
that
fantasy season ever.
Yeah, and I hope that does not happen. So
right. Well, I hope it doesn't happen either, and I'm sure Bean hopes it doesn't happen because let's see here. Bean is playing him, right? No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Vanilla's playing.
Vanilla is.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I got you, but I mean, I did my part. I beat him. Bean beat him.
You sound like Bean.
Well,
I didn't do my part.
This year, me and Bean have identified together a lot, and it's kind of weird, freaks me out, but I enjoy it. I'm kind of a
kindred spirit.
I'm becoming more friendly with Bean.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. I respect them.
BFFs.
Would it be BFFs? Best BFFF? Best fantasy football friend?
That's
ever?
cute.
This is cute. Maybe we'll make t-shirts.
Get tattoos.
No tattoos. I don't do tattoos. Bean does the tattoos. If he wants to get it, that's cool. I don't know why people put on things on their body forever. That's a whole other.
That's a whole other conversation. Yeah. All right. Any other comments about Venus talking?
Good job, sir.
Yeah.
Like it every week. I think you're definitely going to be a major part of the show for the next year, as long as you keep on becoming creative.
Yeah.
If you don't, we'll cut you.
I could see him like starting a competitive podcast. That scares me a little bit.
I definitely think I could definitely see him starting a competitive podcast as well, and it does scare me as well. As a matter of fact, if I go on a vacation, I believe
that's
he'd
great.
be first up to take my spot.
Right now, yes.
Yeah, and he's one I would definitely see as a threat.
Yeah, I mean, our ratings would drop considerably, I think, if he started his own podcast. Our ratings are incredible right now.
12 out of 12?
Yeah.
I mean, we listen to it ourselves. So it might go down to like 6 out of 12. They might be the same ratings as Craig's video cast. But no, keep up the good work, Bean. Good luck in the playoffs. And stay with us, man. Maybe you're going to be the one that just has to put the final nail in that coffin.
What the hell's going on, man? I was just about to say this week's matchups, and where the hell are we?
Brian, I don't know. It just felt like this weird sensation come over, like I left my body.
It's really cold, man. It's really cold.
I don't even know what's going on, Brian. I feel like I'm floating.
Me too, but I'm floating, but I'm walking. Where the hell are we? I see a bunch of trees.
It's very dark. I see a crow.
Yeah, I hear it. I see that crow's getting closer. I see a fence off in the distance.
dark fence. I don't like this, Brian, at all.
No. Let's
No, we
walk.
can't- why
Let's
can't
keep
we-
walking.
We can't get away. I'm trying to walk away, and I won't let me. I'm just going closer.
Oh my God! It's coming into view. You know where we are.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know where we are. It's terrible, Brian. Terrible.
I see the sign on the gate. It says Demisey Graveyard.
Say it ain't so, Brian.
Oh.
Say it ain't so.
It is. God. All right, let's just get out of here, man.
We can't leave.
It's true.
The gate. We're in the gate. Gate's
All
closed.
right. Well, let's try another way. Let's go the other way.
All right. Well, you want to walk along the gate?
Yeah.
So you can find another exit.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
There's a spirit walking through the graveyard. It's wearing shoulder pads and a helmet, and it's the old Jaguars logo.
This just
Is that
got
Mark Brunell.
This just got real, man.
This shit just got real. This is terrible. Quick, can we run? Are we allowed to run? I can't even run.
I can't run. We're being sucked towards the tombstone. All right.
The guy just looked at us. He didn't even look like he just looked through us.
Let's keep walking.
Okay, all right, be calm.
All right, hold on. What is it? There's a tombstone. Read that. What does this say?
It says Jimmy Huber, and it says happily married, unhappily out of the playoffs. Ooh, brutal.
Brutal. R.I.P. Oh, wait. There's more spirits. The spirits are hovering right above his grave.
Ooh, so weird.
That one's got a beard and he looks like a Neanderthal.
Oh my God, he does look like a Neanderthal, and that one guy looks like a werewolf. He looks like a beast with gold teeth. That's Andrew Luck. Jeremy Hill.
Jeremy Hill and Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode.
Oh man.
They're just hovering there, like they're not going anywhere.
Sorry, Bear Raritan pups.
Oh, Raritan, thank God you're happily married, or this would be terrible.
Keep moving.
All right, there's another tombstone right next to him. So it says just as Bahork says, "Here lies a man destroyed by white lightning."
Jeez. Oh my God.
What is he referring to?
C.J. Anderson Spear just flew out of the grave.
Oh my God! Look at that,
Here comes another one.
Jordy Nelson.
Oh no! In the IR, Keenan Allen. Oh my God.
With a lacerated kidney.
Go! He's carrying his kidney.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Go!
Go! All right, next one. It's Josh.
Oh, twerk.
Just twerk. It says trade rape to death.
Oh man, that's one I don't disagree with. He deserved it.
That's the worst death of them all. Trade rape to death, Josh. We feel so bad for you.
Yeah. It just has a carving of his ass.
Oh, and it's kind of twerking a little bit. Oh, dear Lord.
Look, here come the spirits. Look out.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Jay Cutler.
And Travis Benjamin.
Oh man, they did kill him.
They crushed him. What a spirit. What spirit. It's terrible.
Watch out for that crow.
Oh, Jesus. Did you hear that scream, Brian?
Was that Sally?
I think that was Sally.
Oh my God, it was. Because here's the next tombstone.
It's Jimmy Crick.
It says, froze to death by a Matty ice storm.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
look, there's some ice around the tombstone. It's nasty.
Look out, here come the spirits.
Oh, God. It's Matt Ryan.
Oh, Jason Wynn just went through me.
And DeMarco Murray, he's saying, give me more carries. He's running around the tombstone.
He's looking for the football.
Oh, my God. Chip Kelly killed him.
Oh, what the hell is this? There are two large open holes here, man. They're like at least 6 feet deep, maybe more. What the hell is
They're right
on?
They're right next to each other, Brian. It's like they're meant to be there.
Oh, man. I'm gonna look in mine.
How do you know it's yours?
I don't. Hold on. This one has Le'Veon Bell, Steve Smith, and Edelman.
That's mine.
That's definitely yours.
I don't want to go.
All right, I'm gonna push you in, man. I'm gonna push you in.
Oh! Le'Veon!
Oh man, the one right next to you, it's gotta be me. It's Russell Wilson, Teddy Bridgewater, and James Winston. All right, man, I gotta do this. I'm jumping in.
Just do it!
Here I go. Ah! This week's matchup. playoff edition. Hit the pass. And the first matchup for the playoffs, we have the Springfield Isotopes going up against Vanilla Jeff. Starting for the Springfield Isotopes at quarterback, we have Alex Smith because he has no one else to play for quarterback.
Next for Jeff, we got touchdown Tom Brady.
And at wide receiver, we have Julio Jones, AB, and Golden Tate.
And for Jeff, we have Eric Decker, Randall Cobb, and DeAndre Hopkins.
In the running back position, we have fresh off of Detling's team, Amir Abdullah, and C. West, Charkandrick West. Thanks, B, for having Jamal Charles go down.
And on Vanilla's team, nothing but the best. Matt Forte and Darren Sparrows.
Coming in at tight end, we got Jordan Reed going up against
Jordan Cameron.
And in the flex, we have, hopefully Ryan Tannehill will throw me the ball, Jarvis Landry.
And hopefully I don't fumble on the punt return, Deshaun Jackson.
And in the kicking position for the Carolina Panthers, Greg Gano. I'm probably going to get 20 points.
And none other than Robbie Goode.
Starting for defense against Baltimore, we have the Seattle Seahawks.
And starting defense against the Tennessee Titans, we have none other than the New York Jets.
What a matchup. This is a Wildcard Weekend.
Wildcard.
Woo! All right, Detling, looking up and down these lineups. Well, I wish they were ours, but they're not. And we just have to get over that.
Definitely.
At the quarterback position, clear advantage goes to Vanilla Jeff.
Clearly, Tom Brady, man, he's going to be pissed. He's lost 2 weeks in a row. He wants to throw it all over Houston.
Absolutely. And the wide receiver matchups, probably closer than you think. You got Decker, Cobb, and Hopkins going up against Jones, Brown, and Tate. I'm going to give just the slightest advantage to the Isotopes.
I give it to them too. Julio Jones can break out any time. Playing against tough Carolina defense though, Brian. But Antonio Brown is on a roll.
Yes. And we're not talking about any kind of dinner roll. We're talking about he's doing well.
If he is on a roll and it's a dinner roll, he's definitely buttering that baby up.
Yep.
And he's going to be jumping the goalposts left and right.
I'm going to give the running backs pretty much a tie. We got Forte splitting carries with my boy Langford. And we got West going up against San Diego. That might cancel out. And then you got Sproles and Amir Abdullah. Not a whole lot to talk about.
Definitely not. Not even very exciting. The only if I was going to give one, I'd give it the edge to Matt Forte because he's going against Washington. But I consider it pretty even.
Me too. Jordan Reed going against Cameron. I'm going to give that to Jordan Reed. You haven't seen Cameron do too much this year.
I give it to Jordan Cameron going against a terrible New York Giants defense.
Fair enough. We got Landry in the flex versus Deshaun Jackson. Neither one of these, they're both going with the 4 receiver set. So no potential for a run other than Jarvis Landry. Sometimes he gets some long carries. I'm going to give a small advantage to Landry. I think he has a bounce back week against the Giants.
I feel differently, Brian.
Wow.
I am going with Deshaun Jackson. I'm predicting a 65-plus yard bomb.
I would love to see that.
So would I.
And then you'll see Robbie Gould probably kick the extra point for that.
Oh, yeah. Sunday fun day versus Chicago versus Washington. I'm going with Robbie Gould over Gano.
I'm going to give Gano the edge here. I think Atlanta's going to stop him just short of the touchdown. He's going to kick a few field goals and get a slight edge. And then finally, we've got Seattle going against Baltimore, New York versus the Titans. This is a tough matchup here. What do you think?
I clearly give the advantage to Seattle because, if you don't know this, the starting quarterback for Baltimore is either going to be Matt Schaub or Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah.
And New York Jets have to go against Mariota. It's definitely, I think it's Seattle's advantage.
Yeah, I think you're right there. The only thing they have to worry about, Seattle does, is Buck Allen. If they can shut down Buck Allen, they've got a good shot at winning. And last week, who'd they shut down Seattle? They destroyed somebody 35-7.
They shut down Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. So
the greatest running back in the game.
So looking at all of the factors, I found myself giving Craig more advantages than I did Vanilla, except for Tom Brady. And that alone, Tom Brady could make a huge difference. What do you think?
It's going to be a real tight matchup here, Brian. I am going to go with Jeff. I think Jeff's going to pull out the win, and I think it's going to be the dink and dunk Tom Brady that does it. And I think that Alex Smith is going to have some trouble.
I think you could be right, and I'm going to go with Jeff as well. And not because I want Craig out of the playoffs in the Wildcard Weekend, but because his receivers are going to get some tough defenses. You got Cincinnati and Carolina. They could shut down Jones and Brown considerably, and they've got some decent matchup problems there. And I can see DeAndre Hopkins having a huge day against New England, and I can see Tom Brady, like you said, having a field day. So I'm going to go with Jeff with a slight edge. I think it's going to be a close matchup, but he's going to take it, and he's going to go up. The East is going to get their first victory of the playoff season.
Man, it'd be a long... We're not rooting against Craig, but it'd be a nightmare if one of the people from the West gets knocked out right away.
I know. We don't even know where Jeff would have the draft. Somewhere out, maybe in the Atlantic Ocean.
Pacific Ocean?
Either. Indian Ocean.
Off the Amalfi Coast?
The Arctic Ocean.
I thought you said New Yorking. I don't know either. I'm running out of oceans.
We're just naming bodies of water.
What about the Seven Lakes?
The Chesapeake Bay.
The Seven Lakes of Sin City. I'm just making stuff up.
Good luck, boys.
And this next matchup, the Dub C Hooligans versus Chips, my boy. And at quarterback for Dub C, none other than Matthew Stafford.
I never thought he'd see the light of day again, but Jim Bob Cooter's putting him out there, and so is Bean. For Chips, my boy, starting at quarterback, we have Carson Palmer. He's going up there in just about an hour and a half. We're going to see what he's got.
And our receivers for Kevin Bean, Brandon Cooks, Alan Hearns, and John Brown, or Josh Brown, whoever he is.
It's John Brown.
John Brown. What a trio.
Going up for Chips, my boy, receiver, we got Amari Cooper. We've got Jordan Matthews and Malcolm Floyd.
And at running back, Lamar Miller and Timmy Hightower.
Haven't heard his name forever.
I didn't even know he played, Brian.
Me neither. He can thank Mark Ingram for that. And we've got two beasts of running backs for Chips, my boy. We got AP all day. And we got Chris Ivory. And at tight end for Kevin Bean, I think he's making his second start of the season, Austin Safarian Jenkins. He's got some crazy players. We've got Julius Thomas. He's got another touchdown last week. He's looking for more.
And now in the flex position, my God, it's a Sean Drone sighting. What the hell is going on, Brian?
I have no idea. In flex for Chips, my boy, we've got the Devontae Freeman effect.
Is it cold in here, Brian? Or is it just Devontae Freeman blowing smoke up our asses? Next at kicker, everybody's favorite name to say, Steven Gostkowski.
Even more than Hauschka?
More than Haska.
For Jay, we've got the Cats Meow, Cats and Sorrow. I have no idea if I said it right.
I have no idea if you said it right, Brian, either. But all I gotta say is, for defense, oh my sweet Carolina.
And then for Jay, is that cheese I smell? That's right, the Pack.
Green Bay.
All right, Denling, let's look up and down these lineups. When we were doing the intros, I couldn't believe half the names you were saying for Dub C.
I was not ready for some of those names at all.
Is this 2015 or what the hell?
I am shocked, Brian. Shocked beyond belief. Kevin Bean's team. It's like there's imposters on it. I don't know what happened. I was monitoring it and it just blew up a little bit.
Sean Drone, Tim Hightower,
and Austin Safarian Jenkins? I mean, is this like the team that time forgot? I don't know what's going on. But okay, the quarterback matchup, Stafford versus Palmer. I don't know if I'd put Stafford versus St. Louis. Would you play Dalton versus Pittsburgh?
I don't know if I would, but I would play Stafford versus St. Louis. St. Louis has been doing jack squat lately.
All right, well, maybe you're right. Don't It's Bean's trouble all year. He's been doing this. He doesn't know which quarterback to play.
Yep. Maybe he second guessed himself one the last time. We'll find out.
We will find out. This is now or never. Now or never, Bean.
I'm going to give the advantage to Palmer.
I'm giving it to Palmer as well, and we'll see it tonight. Tonight's a big game for these guys.
Huge game.
John Brown and Michael Floyd.
And AP.
Oh, AP. I was going to say Timmy Hightower. I almost thought he was on the Cardinals again. Jeez, oh, man. And AP.
And Catanzaro.
The cat's meow.
Yeah. All right. At the wide receiver position, it's hard to say, but I think I might actually give the advantage to Bean. Cooks, Hearns, and Brown. We made fun of them for a while, but they're pretty solid. Amari Cooper's been not really showing up as much. Floyd, you really can't count on. And Jordan Matthews, again, also hit or miss. So I'm going to give the advantage to Bean.
Isn't that the law firm of Cooks, Hearns, and Brown?
Yes, it is.
It's a very strong law firm.
Yeah.
I'm giving the advantage to Jay.
Wow.
I think Amari Cooper, Jordan Matthews are gonna blow up, and Michael Floyd as well.
All right. And I think it's pretty much without saying that we're going to give the running back slot to Chips, my boy, hands down.
Oh, my gosh. We've been saying it since week 1.
Yeah.
Strongest running backs in the league.
Yeah, if Tim Hightower blows up and proves us wrong, I won't even regret it.
If Tim Hightower blows up, I mean, I don't know. Just blow up the whole fantasy football season. Send all our teams out on that lake and burn them. Give them a funeral, Viking funeral.
Why is he starting Safari and Jenkins? Who's his other tight end? Gronk, right?
It is Gronk.
He must be on the injured report here. Maybe
he's got Vince McDonald as
right.
well. He's projected for 0 as well.
Wow.
The poor guy has no choice but to start Jenkins.
That's tough, man. Having a huge injury problem on the first week of the playoffs. The guy he drafted first round.
Ugh, gross. I mean, with that being said, we got to give the advantage to Julius Thomas.
Got to.
Orange Julius.
All right.
Or blue Julius now, depending on what you want to think about it.
Tough choice here. Devontae Freeman against Carolina. That is actually a little bit tougher. Sean Jerome versus Cleveland.
Oh, man. This is tough.
I thought it was going to be a joke, but
now I'm looking at it. I don't think it's a joke. I mean, we're going to give it to Freeman. We got to give it to Freeman.
He has more chances to catch passes, make something happen.
True. Kicker, man.
Give it to Gostkowski.
Got to give it to Gostkowski on the name alone and a 9th round draft pick.
Defense. Is Tony Romo out again?
Yeah. Tony Romo's out indefinitely.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really, really tough call. Carolina has potential to always put up numbers. Green Bay's going up against a struggling Dallas team, but they're trying to make playoffs. So I'm going to call this a draw in a weird way.
Really? I'm going with Carolina, man. Carolina's defense is strong.
Atlanta's got potential.
But Josh Norman's going to be covering Julio Jones. They're going to be doing safety help. I think I predicted a touchdown for Carolina defense. That Kuechly or whatever, white linebacker guy,
yeah,
he's good, man. He's really good. I'm just saying. The other linebackers are good too, but he's like their defensive MVP.
All right, let's see. We've talked about both teams, both squads. I think that having Gronk on the bench because of an injury could prove to be fatal. And for that reason, I'm giving this to Chips, my boy, which I hate giving two East Coast teams the wins for both wildcard matchups, but I've got to do it. I'm giving it to Jay.
Oh, man, Brian. Yeah, looking up and down at both these teams, it is hard. I think I have to give it to Jay as well, just because all these random players that Bean is being forced to play. Like you said, no Gronkowski. I think it's like no Gronkowski, no win. And how cool is it that even though we're dead, we're still being able to analyze this between our graves? That's how close they are. We have our wires and stuff in there.
They're basically like two clawfoot tubs.
It's pretty nice. We got our headsets too. I mean, for being dead and out of the playoffs, it ain't half bad.
Nice Abdullah jersey.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Not bad. What are you wearing again?
Tannehill.
So that blue really brings out your eyes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'm hitting on you from beyond the grave. See, when you're dead, Brian, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman.
Oh, interesting.
You're a spirit sex.
Wow. I was going to say take your hand off my ghost leg, but if it doesn't matter. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's another episode, Brian. Make them buy that in the video store.
Well, Detling, the playoffs are here. You know, it's obviously sour that we're not in them, but it's still exciting to see who's going to win. And they're going to be starting here in about an hour. And any predictions you want to make?
Well, now that it's raining heavily in the graveyard,
Yes.
we are taking a shower together in our claw bathtubs.
This is a shit shower.
Shit shower. It's raining shit. Predictions in the playoffs, man? Oh, man, I hate to predict things because anything could happen.
Yeah. Well, Craig Kabisik has told us that many times.
Many times. I mean, I hope somebody from the West wins and moves on because...
Go Tree Size!
Go Tree. Well, that's the thing. It'll be a repeat of where we're only relying on Tree Size, and he has the Romo jersey.
I know. And that Romo jersey, I don't know what happened, but I think he must have put it in the dryer because I think it's shrunk to his body. It is tight.
Is it?
It is tight. It is clinging to his skin.
Oh, Tree Size. What are you going to do, man? You got to bring it home for us, baby.
Yeah. And by no means do I want the trade that I made because it was a legitimate trade when I gave him Rivers. I wouldn't be heartbroken if he does come around for the playoffs. He hasn't done shit since going over to his team. But maybe Tree Size can put just enough together to make a real strong push and take down Gags, whoever he has to play. I mean, we're not writing off Bean, we're not writing off Kabisik, but we're just saying we want Tree to win.
Yes, Tree Size is my pick to win it all. I want him to win his first championship. I think it'll be really fulfilling for him.
Oh my God. He would just, I don't know if he would know what to do with himself. He'd get rid of the Romo jersey, he'd get to sign the trophy, and he'd get to rub it in our faces.
He would. He'd probably put the trophy in his case where he keeps all his comic book stuff.
Absolutely, I would.
He'd be surrounded by like Superman and
Most definitely.
the Goblin, Ghost Goblin, or whatever it is named, Spider-Man, all that stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely.
So we will be burying someone next week, 2 people.
Couple.
And we might have to drive out east, but...
Well, thank God it's your turn to drive me, Brian.
Right, no, that's for the draft.
Oh, is this for just the burial?
Yeah. Burial, you're driving. I'll drive for the draft.
All right, we can do that.
All right. You drive your ghost car.
I
Drive
will.
your hearse.
It's a beautiful hearse.
All right, Dylan, any last thoughts?
Not really, Brian. Just looking forward to some good playoffs. Hopefully it's fair and there isn't too many question marks or anything coming up where Craig has to make an executive decision with Jimmy.
True.
So good luck, boys, to all of you. And there is no especially me because we're both dead.
Least of all, Craig.
Well, I guess there's least of all Craig.
Yeah, we do not want him getting his 4th championship, and we don't want Bean getting to the Wizards table.
The Wizards table?
Yeah, we don't want him getting there.
That's true. I didn't think about that. So literally all we're rooting for is Tree.
Yeah, big time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's either Tree or the East.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, I didn't realize that.
Now, I'm going to make a bold statement here. I'm getting to be like Kabisik. I won't hang up the phone.
Yeah, it's like I'm dying inside all over again.
I would much rather drive to the East Coast and hop on a ferry, go to an island that's three hours offshore to draft with Jeff, than go back to the Kitchen of Love for another draft.
I agree with you. Man, we'll just get a little pontoon boat and float out to the whatever carrier
I
out
would put
there.
swimmies on.
You put swimmies
Yeah,
on.
I would swimmy my way out in shark-infested waters just to avoid having Craig Kabisik get his 4th championship.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. I do not want him to win.
I mean, obviously that's respect to you, Craig, but we never want you to get you another championship.
No, we want to pass you.
Yeah.
We don't want to give you any big ego. We know this is your world. This is what you live for.
Yes.
And
yes.
frankly, I want to live for other things. But I still want to be ahead of you.
We want to live for other things, but we also want to not have you. We want to be ahead of you in fantasy football. We want it all.
We want it all. We want all. I don't want to receive some random text message about you saying, "Hey, 4-time champion," stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm the best.
Yeah.
Listen, I want you to stay Mr. Cellophane. I just want to see through you. I don't want to have to hear you.
If he wins, he's going to be saying like one for his thumb.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Probably write a song too with this guitar plucking.
Don't give him any ideas.
True. Imagine what he'll put up in that office or that room of his if he wins another championship.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Don't want to see it.
Screw you, Craig.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen. And we will see you next week.
Yes.
You ready, Dilling?
I'm always ready, Brian.
Good.